Hey Bulldogs, this is Mr. Daniel, and I am here to start breaking up the senior backpack defense into smaller chunks so that if you watch these videos and want to follow along with what we do, we're going to try to release one of these about every week. And that way it's maybe more manageable for each of you to watch the video, take what we're saying and take that snippet. And then once you follow through all the videos, you will have a pretty complete backpack defense to show us. This slide deck, as you see, can be found on the Senior ILP site in the Google Classrooms, and I believe it's on websites and other places as well. If you have trouble finding this, please reach out to me, again, Mr. Daniel, and I'll get you any information, and also for questions. Any questions throughout any of this process, please reach out to me, and I'll share my email with these videos. So first, just some big information here. All right. Every senior should complete a senior backpack defense. It is a graduation requirement, and it's a mastery grade in each one of your classes. So what that means is if you get 100, or if you get an 80, or if you get a 60, that grade will be dropped into each one of your classes. So if you have 6 or 7 or 8 classes, it would all drop into those classes, that grade, and average in. So doing well on this, which is totally easy to do if you follow along, could get you an amazing grade for each one of your classes as you're heading out and ending this semester. So next, notice that we are, yes, still on NTI, sadly, but we are allowing students to record their backpack defenses. So notice it says preferred method. You will send a recording of your presentation at the end, or it will be connected at the end for your panelists to view. Now, if there is a tech limitation, meaning you can't find a way to record or your device isn't working properly, we can always work out something else with your panelists. And if you're unsure what those options are, again, reach out to me, Mr. Daniel, and I will answer all those questions for you. There are also some other documents that you'll have to submit with your backpack defense. When we get to those parts, we will look at those parts. So this video series is so that we can make it small chunks and everyone can follow along. So the goal of the backpack defense is to demonstrate that you have a plan and you're ready to transition from high school and that you'll be successful. The most important parts are your artifact rationales during your defense. We want to know why. And we'll talk more about this slide later on in a different video. But what this should bring thoughts of is, why are you thinking this is your best piece or pieces or artifacts? We like to say that, the backpack defense is kind of your learning trophy case. What are the things that you were most proud of throughout your 4 years here at Mayo? Okay. This slide is huge. You may not even be able to see it now, but this slide is in the slide deck, and this is very, very important. We're going to spend a little time here. All right. This is your checklist. I created this to kind of help students kind of plan out or keep track of where they're at. If you have printer capabilities, feel free to print this. If you don't, take a picture with it that you can then edit on your phone and be checking them off as you get them done. Whatever works for you. Even if you need to copy it down and write it on paper. If you don't have any other way but to look and write it down, go for that. Or copy it into a Google Doc that you can actually edit. All right. So let's go first. Minimum of 2 artifacts per success skill. 12 artifacts total in your backpack. So when you go to backpack.jcps.me, you will be able to log in and see your different categories, and we'll talk about those in a second, and you will be able to see the numbers of artifacts you have in those. Be aware there is number years. You may have dropped artifacts in your backpack from previous years. They're still there. You just kind of got to know where to look for them. And they also are found in your Google Drive. All of this stuff is in your Google Drive. All right. Each artifact must have a title. It's very important. If it's a picture of something that you've done, let's say it's a picture of a sculpture that you did. You don't want to just leave it what some things just name it like 1.23D JPEG. Name that what it is. That helps you organize, and organization is the big key here. All right. So really this video was just an introduction and to look at these first 2 check boxes, 2 artifacts per success skill folder, 12 artifacts total in the backpack. They can be from all 4 years of high school, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what those could be. And titling and organizing those artifacts. Those are the big first tasks for the backpack. So notice the next slide in the slide deck, if you're following me along, there's a link to go to backpack.jcps.me. Like we said, that will take you to your backpack. It's also in the JCPS quick links if you're on a school device. It's also in the waffle up in the top left. If you click that, you may have to scroll down a little bit, but you should have a link to the backpack there. All right. Uploading to the backpack is very similar to like Google Drive. There's some videos here that are linked, and we're not going to go through those. Please link into those for how to upload into Google Drive into Backpack. Especially if you're taking pictures with phones or devices, it should be pretty quick and easy, especially phones with apps and things like that. This slide shows you the 6 categories that you will need to be dropping artifacts into. All right, 6 categories, 2 artifacts per each. 2 times 6 is 12. So you should end up with a total of 12. The question often comes up, can an artifact be in more than one? Yes, it can count for more than one, but for this exercise and for your backpack presentation, we would like unique artifacts each time. So for example, if you have something that's a prepared and resilient learner and globally and culturally competent citizen, feel free to include it for both or mark it as both. But when you're making your backpack finalization, you're looking at your artifacts, make sure you have an extra one in one of those 2 things, because you need 2 uniques in each one. Okay. This link in the middle takes you to examples of evidence for each success skill. All right. I encourage you to click into that. But please, if there's something that you've done while you're here at Mail that you think might fit into this in one of these categories, please reach out and explain to me what you have. And I will let you know very quickly. Yes, that sounds good. Looks great. Or not really what you're thinking. Maybe it goes in this category. The frequently asked question, does it have to be something that Mail sponsored? No. Let's say you're a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout, or let's say that you volunteer a lot, or you have other community service projects or things you do out in the community. That may not be connected to Mail, but this is part of your growth during your time at Mail. So feel free to, again, if you're unsure, just ask and I'll be happy to tell you. So that covers basically the first 2 bullets, which is uploading artifacts into your folders, okay? 2 unique artifacts for each of the success skills, and then making sure they're titled and categorized correctly. That is, for a lot of people, some of the toughest part, because you may need to dig back through previous year's backpack stuff, all right? So feel free to reach out again. My name is Mr. Daniel. My email is matthew.daniel@jefferson.kyschools.us. Please feel free. Ask any questions you need. I'm here to help. Hope you have a great day. Take care.